What is up, legends? We are back, and we're back in Scion, but we're going to talk about global stuff too. I need to do something while we talk about this. Let's just do a story real quick. I just don't do this because there's no reason. Like, there's like 70 chapters, and and you don't get anything for going that high. All the stuff that unlocks come from other modes, like the towers and stuff. And global is the same way, and I feel the same way in global. That like I just don't care unless I need currency. The story push. Okay, let's try the backline guy real quick. So Vega got announced, and get rid of one of them. Let him land. You get out of here. So now it's just Mr. Big Boy. Let's give him some burns. I missed. Let's hit him with that juggle real quick. Let's go Sui real quick. Oh, he knocked me out of it. You jerk. He's gonna bleed out anyway. It doesn't matter. Whatever. So Vega and here, I didn't do it fast enough though. Vega is probably gonna come in 2 weeks because the previous thing, like with Akuma, so on and so forth, he came out after 2 weeks, and then we got something else in between, which this week we got Bingo and Budo, and I was like, ew. So like that, I'm not even going to talk about that. That's so irrelevant. Like the Bingo is just whack, in my opinion. And so Vega's gonna be 2 weeks. Probably next week we're gonna get the new version of Chun-Li, whether it be red or blue. Hopefully we get a little Pokemon action going on, and we get blue over here in China, which we already got, and red over in global, which would be nice because I like the red version better. Red version OP, just saying. And yeah, I think that's how it's gonna roll. Now we actually have a little bit of a spoiler because all of the events work in this manner. Now, you know, this is the same type of stuff that is in global. They don't program. I keep trying to reiterate that people that they don't change this stuff. They just bring it over and then throw some other text on top of it. And because it's the same dev company, basically, and they're just translating it and then bring it over and then strip stuff out when they don't want it to be free to play and make it more expensive. And then that's global. That's essentially what they've been doing the entire time. So Vegas looks exactly like this, except it's a little bit different. He's just standing there with his Vega BS and I believe the bull. And Sagat's event, as you see, doesn't have a pity thing, but the banner itself has a pity. I don't think we're probably ever going to see pity again because we complained it away. Regardless, people don't want to take responsibility for that, but we complained that away most likely. Because if we were going to have it, we would have had it in the Akuma event, because the Akuma event over here had a pity. The same way this does. The Akuma had the same thing that this has with Chun-Li and Sagat. And we just didn't get this anymore. I think we blew that. And that is like so bad. And we need to complain it back. Because you saw what happened with the Akuma event, so we definitely need to complain this back at all costs because it sucks with no pity. That said, most likely it's going to be the same type of affair, the same type of event where you have just the things that you get your daily stuff, which we saw in Akuma. We had our daily stuff. You get your store, which we did have a store, which is like the Akuma Point store, which is the same type of stuff over here. I actually went in the Akuma event, I showed the exact same thing, and they did the exact same thing. They just changed the UI a little bit, but it was the same stuff. Vega looks exactly like this too. You get the test out Sagat right here, and then Vega has the same type of thing too. We essentially have to do this first because this is all a part of his story. I don't know what Beast Zan is doing. I mean, Mecha Zan. Where they just try to teach you the combo and like what would be useful. Like, what is Becca Zangief doing? I would never do this combo, by the way. I would start it with Sagat because it's better. But I know they got to teach you. I'll do that for the last one. You notice the difference between Chun-Li's fireball in this? Specials and Scion are slower and don't have as much carry as Global does. Global is more faster and arcade, and they have more impact and used differently. That's like it's weird to me when people be like, you know, like, why aren't you like better or like in a further along thing and CN compared to Global? This game is different. You can't cheese, first of all, in this game. And you saw he had the double cannon basically because people died. That's a part of his Overlord passive. That's what he does. And then now we have the event that we can go into. But you essentially get to fight people and that type of stuff. His event is cool, but that's not what we're here. We're here for Mr. Vega. I don't know why I said that, but whatever, I said it. Do we need... Are we done? Oh, we're done. Upgrade. This is the raid car, the universal. Account power in the house. Nice-oo. All right, so now I get to let's lock this so it'll be on the screen. So now I get to chase this now. I need 3 of these. How many I got? Also, I've been complaining about how the car system sucks for 2 years. They buffed it. They legit buffed it. It doesn't suck as bad. Now it don't take a whole year to do stuff. It takes 6 months. I'm not kidding, by the way. I'm not kidding. They cut the time in half. I wish I was kidding. But it legit took a whole year as a free-to-play to actually build all this stuff. But now, like I said, it takes 6 months to do everything now, which is substantially better. And all you guys who get to come in and play this now, grats, because it sucked. I'll do it short so I can actually do a little bit more because we're gonna mess around with Vega real quick. Boo. Hurry up. Probably too late now. Oh, I made it. So Vega is Mr. Backline. And we're gonna start with him. I'm not gonna get that much fun. So we got the bleed in. I just flat killed it. I'll start it. Do I have enough? I do. Actually, I need green because the event coming up is for green. So let's go into blue. No, for fire, no, for green you need red, but I'm gonna use blue anyway. All right. So what you need to know about Mr. Vega is I actually need to change a few things here. Mr. Vega is sexist. He literally has a passive that says if he is attacking a female, he gets 15% more attack damage on the female. He gets an increased chance to actually bleed the female, which I don't know why women like this character so much, because he is about as toxic as you can actually get for being toxic. That is super toxic. I think we're good for everything else. Like that is amazingly toxic. He is a back-on character, as an assassin. He is under speed as far as Akuma and Oni are faster in Evil Ryu. He's at 126. They're all either 1 or 2 points higher than him, but he is very useful for bleed comp. He gets extra damage on bleeds, and if you're fighting female characters, he does the extra damage as well. He also has the Overlord passive that allows him to enrage basically if you lose a target. So we're gonna start out. And apparently I'm making a robot bleed, but okay. That's the thing. Okay, so we're gonna do this. I don't think I can actually stop them. Yeah, I can't penetrate. They're gonna blow everybody up. Yeah, I don't have any beam character. I took Chun out. It's a rip. But Makoto is so busted anyways. We're about to watch Makoto just be herself and not die. This is support Makoto, by the way. She's super cute with that outfit too. She about to die though here. And I call people in. Bye bye. Let's see, is there anybody else to come in? They're gonna probably kill this anyway because this is not that high of a boss damage thing. All right, but we did get to see the Vega stuff, so I'll let them do that. They'll carry me. Go back out real quick and show you him in Force Tandem. But yeah, I think people really don't understand that this is a completely different world from Global. Because I had dudes yesterday, like, you're only on 34 in CN. So how about you come over here and play the game as free to play and grind up and see how fast you go through it without Bison and Zangief to basically negate all the mechanics. You actually have to deal with the mechanics over here, big boys. Like, you can't cheese. There's actually stun resistant dodge over here, so you got to get good. So here's Mr. Vega. Let you guys see all of it. Again, this is the passive right here, where he basically gets the cheese. He also has bleed stacks. Let me show you real quick. It's better to show it from here. He also gets bleed stacks, as you guys can see, increased damage on top of the bleed stacks, and you can rotate the bleed stacks if you are quick enough, or if you have another character to help rotate the bleed stacks, then he can permanently keep the bleed up. So he works a little bit like how the fire comp works, where you can basically keep fire comp, like with Ken. Like, I can go all the way up to 30 stacks with Ken. You can do the same thing with Vega. You have to religiously use that rotation. You can't go out of it, because if you go out of it, you're probably not going to keep the stack. Essentially what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use the 2 to close the stacks and then unload it with 3, because he gets extra damage and stuff like that, and just keep rotating. But what I found, the easier thing to do is actually just keep going with all the stacks, and then you end up with more damage over time if it's a longer fight. If it's a shorter fight, then go with the 2 and then unload with the 3. If I'm making sense for you guys right there, because you can't obviously do them in the same round, so you have to do it the following round. But like I said, kind of like Ken actually works the same way with that, as long as you have some extra modifiers with him. But with bleed with Vega, he doesn't need the modifier. You can do it all by himself, which is like amazing. And again, he's a backliner anyway, so backliner assassin, but he's gonna be Inferno. We done got spoiled, and we already know that he's gonna be Inferno. So we just there's really nothing else to say on that. Also, he's a normal banner character. Like even though he's Vega, they're not a special banner. But the thing is with that is so was Akuma. Akuma was a normal banner character too, and they are both in Div. If I don't want to be making this up. What's this? I know Akuma is. So there's Akuma. I think Vega is too. Yep, they're both in Div. So Akuma is supposed to be in normal Div and global. I don't know why they did that. Again, the choices that are made. This doesn't make any sense. There's no reasoning behind it other than somebody just thinks they're being slick. Global side, or trying to. I guess they're trying to get a raise and doing a terrible job at it. Maybe they are getting a raise because people are still spending. So there's that. But I'm trying to get Red Chun-Li right now, so that's why she's here, and I'm basically out of free tries for the week, and I won't get any more of these until the raid event starts, because unless it's in Sagat's event. I don't think it is though. There's none right here. Nope, there's none right here. So you do get a free character right here though, but there's none. So I'm just out of luck for this week as far as getting free div stuff. But yeah, so that is all I wanted to really talk about. Bingo, and because I know somebody's gonna ask. Thanks y'all. Told you they was gonna carry for me. Not really a hard fight anyway. That helps green team. We got to build a green team this week for the blue raid next week. Bingo and Budo battle. That's all I'm gonna mention on that. That's all that needs to be mentioned on that. Like if you guys, Bingo appears to be another one of those meat type of events, and the hammer hammer was lit though. Bingo don't seem to be lit. Bingo is like a nerfed version of that, which you get like a few tries a day, and then the rest, if you want more, you're gonna have to spend on it. You guys know how I feel about that. I didn't like the meat event. I just ignored it existed, and I'm just ignoring that exists. If you need more resources or like more breakstones, and you want to gamble and maybe you'll get the 24-hour one, go for it. Outside of that, I'm not interested. Just being real. So that's all I got for you guys. Just want to do a quick refresher on Vega, show him real quick and let you see what he does as far as diving and everything else. And then, again, I did a more in-depth breakdown. I just want to talk about that, and then the up and coming stuff, so people aren't just running around going all crazy and stuff like that. Again, also, thank you. The algorithm died, but y'all still watching, which is, I appreciate that. As long as people are still watching, videos doing between 1 to 5K, on average, 100 or more likes every single video. I appreciate that, because with a dead algorithm and you guys are still showing up and liking and watching the videos, you don't have to do that. So I like to just make sure that I'm thanking people for stopping by and showing love and still showing interest in the game, because I still have interest in the game despite what's happening in global. CN is still fun for me, and it's just weird to me because it's the same dev. We blame Crunchyroll, but it's not Crunchyroll. It's Topjoy doing the BS in global, and I just don't get it. I just don't. So peace. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.